Orianna team fighting could be what wins for Gen G.
Yeah, and some big individual picks here for TSM. Lucian and Thresh have been some of the most banned champions at the entire tournament. Biofrost, there's a big magnifying glass on him for creating plays for this team, trying to work with Spica's Lilia for these, invades, trying to get some camps taken away, some control there, and we shall see. Can TSM get on the board, fighting for honor here in the group, but also could be a big spoiler to Gen G. Gen G's hopes are high for first seed coming off that previous victory versus LGD.
The only way Gen G could be denied at least tiebreaker for getting out of groups, the only way they can be dropped to just straight up third is if TSM win this game. There would have to be more going on. Of course, it's not the only scenario, but that would be TSM allowing an LCK team to fall out in groups. We'll see if that comes through here. Again, TSM really only fighting for honor. They can do at best a tie for third. If LGD drop all their games and TSM win theirs, it's a little bit of saving face, but they can never make quarterfinals with the 0-4 record. Just the way the groups have shaken out so far. Gen G, though, looking for dominance. A little bit of early pressure top side as Spica fights Clid, trying to push him out of the jungle. Will do so. And as they knock down the ward, they get the gold, they get the XP, but now it's another 3-on-3, and Spica's gonna be in a weird spot. Now you can see Clid, of course, they're fighting over the chickens, and you get a ton of regen from Lilia. With your Q lands and these things, you get all your health bar back entirely, and it is another trend of LCS teams with a good level 1, putting out a really good start to the game. Up a full camp, Clid just now starting on his blue buff.
This is the signs of life that LCS fans are looking for from TSM. Some proactive play, starting to get off on the right foot. This does section the map, so Biofrost and Doublelift will have to be cognizant. Clid has to be bottom side of the map. Be careful with your trading. Be careful with pushing for early level 2. BDD getting chased down into the river by Clid.
Clid is here. They're going to go for the re-engage with Ghost. Spica may have to flash. When's he going to burn the Summoner? Has to go for the flash follow. Not going to get any more. Puts the thumbs up. And it's 2 flashes for Gen G plus the Ghost for the flash of Spica.
Meanwhile, Devour.
Big damage on a Thresh. Immediate flash away. But Biofrost, once again, this is TSM caught in level 2 versus level 1 2-on-2 and losing Summoners for that play.
And it's a Hell of Blades Tom Kench. Or no, it's not the Hell of Blades Tom Kench. And he still got it stacked up in time to get it off. Because of the mid play, though, where they chase out Spica, it is going to be Clid stealing this away while Spica can come find him. There's no smite for Spica, so Clid should be able to get it regardless.
Healing up, they're going for the fight at least. Watch out, Eep could be some damage. There's a smite take, but it's level 2 for each. Clid will get over the wall with the jump, and Doublelift is on the chase. He's got the shots coming through, bit of a slow. A chop for life, but Clid could still be the target. Jump's going to be down for a few more seconds, and first blood comes through for Bjergsen, the kind of game NA fans wanted to see, but now the re-engage on Doublelift could be good. He's rooted in places at 50 health, and Life takes a bite out of crime. Time to get away, does have the flash, can do so, does he need it? And he is gonna burn the flash, gets away from piercing light. Now a fight on the top side, Spica in a battle with BDD, the flashless Orianna, the red buff is on. Watch out, Eve, North America finally showed up in Group C.
Broken Blade trying to go for a trade under the tower is going to get pushed off with the extra tower shots, but this is also double buffs on mid lane Lucian. Bjergsen getting that kill is huge, and since Spica also with the 1v1 on his lane opponent, because BDD did not have either summoner spell from the last time they chased him down, is very good signs there for TSM. Spica going to be able to get the crab afterwards, replenishing his mana critically as he goes for the second Raptor steal. 2 minutes is the respawn on smaller camps. He's going to get scouted out here, but shouldn't be too dangerous for him.
Yeah, not fightable overall. He knows he has smite for the big chicken, and honestly, Orianna doesn't exactly one-shot those things. And again, Lilia is so good at fighting for Raptors because you get something like 3 health per second regen on anything you tag with a spell. And there's, what, 6 pieces of that camp? So you're like out regenning auto attack DPS from any early to mid game scenario. You are always safe taking that camp, and yeah, no problem at all. Spica walks right out.
Yeah, it's similar things for Hecarim, for Kayn, anybody that can apply Talisman to, all the multiple targets. Evelyn as well. All these AoE early level junglers. It is very easy too, once you pull off a level 1 invade, to keep up the timer on the Raptors. 2 minutes is really easy for a return, since Raptors are centered at the mid lane. It's really easy to make your jungle path very flexible around that area, especially since you have a Lucian.
Right now, it's still a close game. 400 gold difference is going to keep it close. The smite goes through. Clid gets bottom scuttle. As Pika finish Krugs, they're going to fight over this ward, and the Drake could well be attacked, but it was leashed by Double. If they didn't want to take the fight, loses some health, gets lengthened out. Not going to mean too much overall. We stay at the 400 gold difference. Top lane, small farm lead to the Volibear. You kind of expect to win lane against Orin somewhere early on. And an uninterrupted lane. So far, so good for Broken Blade. Again, it means more to look at the bottom side of the map. Early recall came through for Double for a Cole. Very similar here for Ruler on the Senna. So far, lane lead for Genji's duo.
And both junglers have not been seen in quite a while, so you can see the hesitation here. BDD slowly moving up, doesn't want to expose himself too much to the Lilia. His Ghost has now come back off cooldown, so that plus calling Clid over does give him the confidence to push in.
Decent damage. Couldn't quite hit the turret with the ulti, so still takes a lot of damage back from turret shots. Broken Blade still going to maybe look for pressure. He's going to bring Spica nearby as well as they knock down the ward. But Clid is here as well. They spot each other. Junglers know what's going on. Level lead for Spica, though, means he's going to feel pretty safe. And they get the route into the turret, so Life going to lose most of the gray health healing he got. And he's at about 2/3 walking away from that play. Top lane control still seems to go TSM's way. Clid cannot fight for the control ward, and that will regen. Now it's time to heal up off of these Krugs, and Clid cannot face check. It will be another camp stolen away, and Spica already up 14 CS with the Krug steal as well, going to be even farther ahead. Clid can really now step into his own jungle. TSM owning a lot of these lanes. Clid at half. This is the kind of performance people wanted to see out of TSM, and we only get it in Game 5.
And we touched on jungle theory early on in the first game, where the rise of these power clearers is greatly accelerated by strong lanes for yourself. During that entire scenario where you're talking, Lucian Bjergsen was moving up into the jungle too. So there is no possible answer from Gen G. TSM playing around their jungler, trying to lift Spica up, but Life as well now has got a reset and roamed out as a support to have something to say about it.
All right, trading blows now, fighting for the red buff. This is dangerous for Spica. Gets the double sleep. He's not going to get much more. Red will be taken by Clid, level 4 to level 6, but Smite was down, so Spica couldn't get any more done. But it's still 44-29 in the jungle right now, and still momentarily a 2-level lead. Want to point one thing out about these Cole recalls, getting a lot out of 80 carries. It's great on pickaxe champions like Ruler Senna, because that's the recall he wants. Doublelift cannot afford BF Sword at a normal BF Sword timing, and has to get the smaller piece of Infinity Edge. I'm not a huge fan of the Cole recall on BF Sword champions.
All right, but it does give a little bit of time there for the roam too. We saw a very impactful move from Life, Biofrost mirroring a little bit, but no extra vision played behind in the jungle there. So after the reset, they're still going to have to try and contest towards the river. And right now, Ruler and Life with the slow push accruing here on these minions. He's not trying to push it very quickly. He's building it up, waiting for the extra pressure and control wards to come down.
Flash follow, stun top side, Rascal's ulti. It's not gonna matter though. Culling comes through, and TSM find their third kill of the game. 600 gold lead now to the North American LCS champions.
Oh, and this minion wave is all in Broken Blade's control. He actually looks like he's hard pushing it because they want to accelerate their objective take. Bjergsen leashes this Rift Herald for Spica to come right over. They don't go for the freeze on it. Bottom side, though, under harassment. We talked about that big minion wave that was slowly building up for Ruler and Life, and they're trying to punish Doublelift under the tower, make him miss some of the CS.
Find the root and a soul taken away from Doublelift now. Clid taking away Krugs. Sorry, and maybe for the dive here as well. Starting to walk backwards now as the TSM duo. Heal is used. Great flash lantern.
Separation.
Brings him into safety. Yeah, that's a good play right there. Spica, though, off the burn of a flash and a heal, gets top side scuttle and can look to get even more done. I should say Rift Herald gets another Raptor Camp steal. 21 CSD now in the jungle. This is going to be one of the biggest jungle differences we have seen. Yes, the level 1 is certainly relevant, but he's kept the pressure up. Bot still under fire. 2 turret plates already taken. It's just TSM so far on the back foot here, and I mean, bot lane is kind of one of their win conditions, and so far it's really not gotten off the ground.
Yeah, these are the ramifications of splitting the map. You have top side, big CS difference for Lilia, pressure on this horn, consistent top triangle focus. Guess what? That means Doublelift and Biofrost. Genji know that you have no extra resources, and you're forced to kind of fend for yourselves down here. So good punishment continuing to come out from Ruler and Life, but Doublelift decided in his darkest hour he would turn to the 200 years of experience to rely upon for TSM's first victory at Worlds. and he will be scaling up the coals that you talked about, fairly decently close on pace, as Devil's going to have to do a couple more waves for himself to be able to cash in on his.
So far, we're going to see a still close game. 800 difference, certainly winnable from Gen G, though they are fighting in from behind. They're kind of in the LGD boat. All right, early game is a bit rough, it's a bit tough, but can we find ourselves in a team fights? That's certainly a possibility here. Broken Blade still trading in. Will be clapped back almost, but he walks away in time. And despite no boots of speed, still managed to build the distance. Shoves in the wave for the most part, and we'll put him under turret yet again. Temporarily 19 CS lead, but Rascal has an extra wave to clear.
Yeah, and Gen G knew this, going for the draft. We talked about their first 2 picks, picking up that Ornn, trying to scale up for later. He wants to clear out this minion wave because the dive is a-coming.
Dive is coming, but Broken Blade can ult and do it anyway. Minion wave doesn't really have to matter here. They can knock down the plate. Here comes the ulti in, and now here comes the rest of the dive. Sentinel comes in to buy some extra time. Nice knockup, but it's not going to matter. Broken Blade drops the aggro. Spica does the same. A nice kill on the top side, and it is TSM still to the old habits, playing around that side of the lane. Nice ulti in for Light's gonna bring in the squad. Biofrost has no way out. He can flay, but he's gonna run out of health pretty quickly. There's the kill coming through. Life claims killed credit, and you don't want to see it. Gen G's only kills are on the Tom Kench. Anyone else would be better here. Regardless, TSM will knock down the entire top side turret, so even when they draft for an Aphelios Lucian comp, it is still top side they play around.
Yeah, I mean, this is them trying to pry open their advantage. You have choices of trying to, play around your strengths or your opponent's strengths. And TSM, very much more proactive this game than the first one of the day that we saw around them, sticking to that game plan. 3 kills now on Bjergsen on that Lucian mid, and he is going the crit build. The Essence Reaver early here, do like this from him.
Yeah.
We'll see it actually have a very nice power curve, even though Gen G do have an Ornn, very useful for those team fights with the CC. I actually think Aphelios, there we go, Spica actually does get the Ghost out of BDD, playing very cautiously on his side. I do think that, crit build Lucian and Aphelios will have answers. It isn't going to be an unkillable tank later on.
For sure. I want to believe part of why Bjergsen went for the build he did is because of the early kills. He had BF Sword money on the first recall and is like, I could do Pickaxe Sapphire Crystal, or I could just go BF Sword and have more lane pressure. And even though Manamune is obviously very, very good, it gives you, infinite mana and really good damage, he's like, you know what, let's Power Spike, let's get some more pressure, and he's been able to roam around the map as a result, right? The finished Essence Reaver is all the CDR you need to shove waves forever, and getting the top side is part of the reason TSM have this 2,000 gold lead. Early armor stacking for BDD, right? The arm guard is in, he's still going towards the Seraphs. Manamune completed for Ruler, and it's an armor stacking team. Ninja Tabby are in on 2 members already.
Yep, definitely expected there. Good value purchases for themselves. Lots of auto attacks coming in too, so you actually do get good value out of the passive. Definitely is key. Bottom side, attracting junglers here as we see Clid roaming down. It could be a possible lane gank there. They do have control wards through the river too, so TSM, I don't see them getting overly aggressive. Doublelift and Biofrost have been playing cautiously on weak side this entire time. It's more up to, will Spica come down to cover this one? Because they've already accomplished their goal on the top side. Problem is that Deep Ward saw him.
Here comes the dive. Okay, it is a full 3-on-2 down here. Gonna try to get the lantern, but no, the control boards are placed too well. Beautifully played by Gen G. Lantern did not matter. Spica is here too late, but that is a nice hook. Even better Devour, no problem at all. Clid completely safe. Mid lane losing 2 turret plates. The bot lane is gigantic here. 30 CS deficit now for Doublelift, 30 CS lead for Ruler, other way to say it. Now top lane, fighting back and forth. Level 10 for both, but Rascal can't fight this one. Clid, the culling comes through, and Bjergsen lands him even when he's nearsighted. Here's a stun under the turret. Rascal will not find the ulti. Broken Blade gets behind him, puts in the emote, and gets the solo kill.
That's why they focus topside there, freak. Broken Blade walks him down on the Volibear. Bjergsen as well finds Clid in the river. So while their bottom lane continues to take a beating, the solo lanes, the 2 that TSM spent more resources on building up in this game, they are finding value for it. They're being rewarded for that game plan.
And blue buff stealing on the end of the day as well. You can see turret plates pretty close between the teams, but overall gold still TSM favor, 2,300 up. That is a substantial lead in the first 15. And the only way Gen G is denied even a tiebreaker is with a TSM win and then other help down the line. But with how close LGD played them, this is going to have Gen G sweating a little bit. And honestly, it does Fnatic some favors here. Fnatic had drop to LGD. With them losing, they could just, take first cleanly and could thank TSM for some of the help down there. We'll see if this game still plays out. We still have to decide how the rest of this group is going to end. Only game 3 of the day. We have at least 6 to play.
And if you're trying to look for the way that Gen G do retake control in this game, honestly, it becomes a little bit difficult for the next 5 minutes, but it could smooth out later on. If you get a good team fight with Rascal coming down on the Ornn, finding that knockup onto Bjergsen specifically, and you're able to take down the Lucian, that is the majority of the TSM damage right now. Because bottom lane was sacrificed by TSM, Doublelift will take a very long time, to build up and scale on this Aphelios. Aphelios is a champion that, now even more so than ever, does rely on those items stacking. And the main threat that Gen G are worried about right now is the Lucian. So that is going to be the big target, and you have to find purchase with your Ornn Ultimate, your Shockwave, and your possible Ruler Snares.
Bjergsen fighting for a ward. Ruler seeing him though. They trade blows. Ward will not be killed. Nice defense there by Ruler. I love that play. The control ward Q trying to find more to do. Can't quite get it though. Spica not going to hit the lantern. He's going to walk away. He tried to hit the Drake to get some healing. Has the sidestep. Nice play there. Flashes what he thought would have been a shockwave, but it wasn't overall. Damage towards Ruler. Nice hook in. Play's going to catch 2. Re-engage comes in. Ruler's going to drop. Life's in the front line. No easy way out. Shockwave catches 1, and a flash to safety for life. But Bjergsen over the wall. Goes in. Nearly finds the kill in a BDD. 2 for 0 in the team fight, and Gen G are routed. But a re-engage comes through all the same. Is it going to be enough there as Broken Blade rejoins the squad? Will he turn off the turret? Will he go for the dive? Goes in for the first stun. Ult's going to come in. Going to turn it off. Go for the rest of the play. Find the hook, find the kill on a Rascal, and that is a sleeping Orianna. Is there a re-engage? Spica can't go for it. He would die to the turret, but it's 3 unanswered kills for TSM.
TSM bait him right in there. Spica leading them down through the river, flashes the Cloud9 emote right before they pull the trap shut. Bile hits the hook.
That's a nice one there as the turret is still alive. They hit for Kled. They finally knock the turret down. Life saves him, and the re-engage towards Broken Blade knocking him out. The lantern brings him back to safety. TSM again playing the way they wish they could have last week. A 5,000 gold lead over Gen G.
5 of those kills, too, on Bjergsen's Lucian. That is Essence Reaver Infinity Edge ripping through their team. The setup is definitely there. Crowd control nicely avoided by TSM. That one scenario we built out for Gen G, looking for the ideal Rascal ultimate, getting the knockup onto Bjergsen. TSM already had such a big lead because they were able to bait the 2 carries of Gen G through the river. Well done by Spica there. He pulls them through, and Bilefrost is waiting to pull off that engage. He also has the stopwatch for himself, so he knows that he's safe. He doesn't go down. Bjergsen then aggressively following over the wall allows TSM to push them off the objectives. This is going nicely for TSM. They are checking off their list of objectives at the moment. All 3 outer towers down now for them. They evened out the dragons, picking that up for themselves so they can start stacking their own.
Ruler on a bunch of missing components right now. Early healing reduction is in this game already when you're really only relying on Volibear, W, and Aphelios Red Gun. That feels a little premature, but I'll wait to see what comes out of it all the same. Still, it's a decent stat. I mean, there is someone on heal, but it's a hard case to make.
I'm not buying the case either. You could try and lawyer me on it, but
not sure I agree. That said, again, Senna doesn't scale up things like crit, so, just get other useful components, maybe. Who knows? Whatever.
I could tell your heart is just not in this argument.
My heart is not in it. My heart is really, really, really
You're looking at him, your eyes are like, oh.
I'm also, by the way, not about Ninja Tabby on ranged champions. It's just not going to matter. Like, if Senna's getting auto by Lucian, she's probably dead anyway. Whatever. Item talk is not the important part of this game. I will move on. I'm done with it here. TSM is starting to split the map up, though. All 3 outer turrets already gone. Gen G yet to find one themselves. Now look at the play on a Broken Blade, though. Ult's to get away from the knockup. He's going to find a stun and some decent damage on Kled and finds a slow. He finds a Bjergsen. He finds a calling to the face. Bjergsen 6-0, dominating.
Bjergsen arrives and death follows, Freak. Teleports in for the kill. 600 gold bounty on him. Now, Gen G trying to attack again the bottom lane.
Good shockwave. Box comes down. Biofrost needs to find a way to get his teammate to safety. Cannot get the 1v1. I have seen Bjergsen dueling mid lane as before, and it's not gone well. Goodbye to Biofrost. A nice play. Life brings in reinforcements. BDD with a great shockwave, and 2 kills go back to Gen G.
Gen G continue to pressure the weak point of TSM, the point that has not received resources that they've been pushing on all game long. But TSM are actually reaping more rewards off of their investments. And this is why we return to the philosophy of, do you want to shore up the weaknesses that you have on the map or continue to play off your strengths? And especially you're being rewarded by playing off your strengths, building that lead further and further, as Bjergsen was able to take the secondary turret in mid lane during the death and the demise of the bottom lane again.
Smite comes through because, like, I couldn't steal it away. The man's emote game, by the way, is on point. This is some of the most emotes I've seen from a 0 and 14. But
good variety, you know. What are the different aspects of emote game that we give points for? Yeah. I think variety, initial style choice itself, and timing. Those are my 3 categories.
I want to put in callbacks. Right, the
like
Cloud9 flare,
history.
Right? Last time Gen G were at Worlds, they were the defending world champions and failed in groups, and Cloud9 was in that group. Spica's like, hey, remember the Cloud9 one? Remember that year? Remember that one, buddy? Ruler, where you failed to make it out after being the world champion? Let's do that again.
Take me back, Freak. 2018 was such an exciting.
We got to World Semifinals. Next year around, we made MSI Finals, beating the world champions. All right. TSM not in either of those, but they are in this game looking to put a win in the column. Now a knockup for Rascal, but reinforcements are here, and they want this kill. They are hungry, and they will knock down Spica. Broken Blade is on the way out, but reinforcements from TSM have shown up here as well, and Lucian is here before Orianna. Cullen comes in. Life is going to drop yet again, and it's time for the re-engage. BDD's here, wants the shockwave, wants to find it. Bjergsen, nice, sidesteps to the right, goes for autos, gets BDD on the half, but he's running out of health. Flash follow, easy auto attack, easy kill for BDD, but traded back off a hook from Biofrost. Double lift now on the board, and it's time to run away. It's a 3v3 on the map. The fight ended up going close. A Lantern brings his jungler to safety, and now Doublet's going to fight off Rascal, pushed him away yet again.
Gen G not going to give up. You know, coming out of the victory versus LGD, how topsy-turvy that game was, how crazy it was back and forth. Gen G, no, still very much in this one. Yeah, fight of Raptors, always exciting, but Gen G, no, still very much in this one. You know, anything can still happen in this game. They do have very good combinations, as we said, with the Ornn ultimate. They don't have a great delivery system for the Orianna ball, so that's why we are seeing BDD attempt to deliver it himself. And it kind of going a little bit wide there. Here's another look at the initiation, though. Big ultimates do come through over the top. Senna plus Graves ultimates, long-range execution there to find the kill onto Spica initially. Once Bjergsen arrives, again, death does follow. However, he finds himself in the middle of 4 members of Gen G, even though he dodges away from the shockwave. Orianna combination does get it. And him not flashing early, Bjergsen could have flashed a little earlier there, not allow BDD to get that auto attack off. Once the auto attack is in the air, you can only break it by going into Fog of War with your flash. He does not find that, so still ends up going down, but TSM still get the dragon.
You get the dragon. There's 2-1 in that scoreboard, so we are 10 minutes away from potential Dragon Soul. It would be Mountain Soul, Anti-Burst. Honestly, pretty good considering Gen G's team composition. You survive a shockwave, you get a lot of a better chance to make this one happen. The one man going Sork Shoes is BDD. He is going to be the bursty guy. I love double flat pen builds, by the way. We do not see enough Oblivion Orb Orianna. She is really good at killing these squishies who are building 0 magic resist. As the item spikes come through, none of them are defensive on the squishies of TSM.
Especially considering, Freak, BDD just got the big shutdown. That was the big shutdown in this game. The bounty on Bjergsen's head and not flashing early does mean large influx of gold to BDD. He spends it on killing potential. So Gen G faithful still looking for their fight at the top of the group. Getting this victory is essential for them to try and get that #1 seed. TSM, we'll see what they can do with this control. Control ward's already out around the Baron Pit leading up to it. This is step #1. You have the Lilia and the Thresh. Very good big potential for themselves, trying to catch people and set them up for Bjergsen to knock down.
Okay, they're gonna find a double slow. This could be an easy sleep, easy engage. How's it gonna work for TSM? In goes Clid. Can't get much more. He knew he was gonna die. So re-engage in a 5v4. What are they gonna find? No knockups out of Rascal. A small slow, not gonna be much more. Just a 1 for 0. TSM kite back. Ulti engage is burned, but with Ruler and BDD still having ults, TSM gonna kite back. They're gonna go for this Baron instead.
What an ideal situation for TSM now. They've taken down the jungler and the Ornn ultimate is gone. Those are the 2 biggest things that Gen G could possibly have going for them in this Baron fight. The other thing you have to watch is the shockwave.
Yep.
Watch that ball. Eye on the ball, eye on the prize.
They get a TP in for Broken Blade. He wants this one. He's not going to burn the ulti except to go away, but they're still
Speak
burning
smited
down
early.
the
Here to
Baron.
heal.
Can get the easy pickup. Should be an easy smite. And he's going to try. You gotta be kidding me. He smited to heal as you said, Kobe. And Ruler finds the kill. Oh, for Double gets nothing. It's an easy couple of kills. Thank you for the leash. And Gen G are right back in it.
Holy moly. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Cry,
freak.
Kobe. This always happens.
Holy moly. Did you see that split? Half of TSM leaves Spica. He's on the Baron. He smites it for health, and Gen G then come in, push them off. No smite left to secure it. TSM at the Baron. This one goes through their fingers, and the Gen G fans are smiling ear to ear now.
I'm sure there's all kinds of chat online, but now let's focus on the game itself. Your Axe replay. Spica, I need help. I need help, and it's too late.
They chased out into the teleport there from Broken Blade, trying to chase down Gen G. They don't have anyone else helping Spica tank the Baron, and then, man, Gen G, they just arrived to the Baron pit. It's the opposite of that House on Fire gif with the pizza coming up. There's, oh wow, what a present! Find the Baron low health, find a low health Lilia in there, but here we go. TSM trying to fight back.
Looking for the play right now against the Baron. Both looking at life right here. He does have flash. Here's a sleep onto 3. What's the re-engage looking like? Stopwatch burn for the front line. Klid still here. Rascal. When does he go for the Ornhorn? Looking at patience for now. TSM shoving up mid. They have a wave. They can fight the inhibitor turret. TSM still cutting around. They know they are against Baron. They can at least knock down the wave. Speaking gonna gain some golden XP. Still holds a level lead over Klid. As they knock down the camp and walk away, BDD gets the wave clear. And Orianna gonna stay with the squad. Gen G can still send 5 together. TSM to find their way through this one as Ruler shows up. Gets some good damage from Double Lift. Lantern brings him to safety. When does Rascal come in? They've got Orianna nearby. Gen G still waiting. Sorosky hits 2. That's some decent poke though. And here comes the engage attempt. Who are they gonna find? It's gonna go on to nobody. It's far enough away that they all get the sidestep and TSM walks away.
Ooh, and you gotta believe, after the last couple of minutes with the changes that have gone on here, Gen G now with the power to chase TSM around the map. 35 seconds left on Dragon number 2. They have the Baron buff still on here for Gen G. It will last until the Dragon spawns, and they're going for the TK play.
Is it going to be enough though? Life and Ruler under the turret. Bjergsen trying to kite with the culling, tries to get away. It's going to be a kill. Ruler grabs it. Life tanks the turret beautifully. A well-played 2-on-1. Reinforcements not going to show up in time. And Bjergsen is dead for the Drake spawn.
That is huge for Gen G. Baron buff is going to time out, but they've taken down the biggest DPS threat on the side of TSM. They will be able to secure this Drake. TSM have some interesting plans here for the Ornn.
And they even catch Rascal. He flashes, and no, they can't.
Yeah, I guess we found the answer to that question very quickly. Dragon picked up here by Gen G. They can easily rotate towards mid too, since TSM invested all of their resources towards the bottom side to try and find a pick for themselves. Gen G now open mid lane. They will take a tower in payment.
We are almost to the biggest power spike for Double Lift. 3 items is really when I feel like Aphelios turns on. Phantom Dancer is more about defensive stat than offensive ones, but it does allow you to position a little bit more aggressively and get all the damage. Turn 200 years takes about 30 minutes, to be clear, when you can farm pretty well. And Broken Blade is going to scrap with Rascal and walk away.
Gen G bet in Champion Select that TSM would not be able to push through the mid game and end on them. And they have been rewarded thus far at the 29-minute mark. The crit scaling that you're talking about coming through, these multipliers are being built up for TSM. But Gen G, after the last roller coaster game and now this one, their day has definitely had some happy endings to their games.
We got some more healing reduction. Gotta point out, Merlinomicon comes through for BDD. Again, not sure about that one, but regardless, we do have Ornn upgrades coming through for everyone else here. Upgraded Yomu's Ghostblade is solid, upgraded Cleave is gonna feel nice, so decent physical damage, sure, for the roster. As Baron times out, we can take stock of the game again. The gold lead, within 100. The Drakes, identical. basically, here. We have a tied game into the mid game now. Okay, we are into mid to late game shot calling. Can TSM out macro Gen G or vice versa?
And I think that's the key that you're pointing out, because you can't just straight up front to back play versus this Ornn TK team. They're so beefy, even with the double marksman having a lot of DPS. You really have to find yourself some good macro to finagle some numbers advantages or to get an objective upper hand.
Right now, Gen G have pushed around the top side. They're still down in turrets 3-4, but Klid has shown up here as well. TSM staffed mid to get nothing but some wave clear, and BDD and Klid gonna knock down 2 full turrets unanswered, tying up the scoreboard in turrets, getting 1,000 gold ahead for the first time pretty much the entire game. Gen G are now in a gold lead in this one, poised to take the victory over TSM.
And with combat effectiveness, Freak, you know, taking into account Ornn upgraded items, we are talking about scaling from Gen G for their composition. Rascal now level 16, starting to hand out to everybody an Ornn upgrade. Look at that cliff. Guess what that was?
That was the Baron at 2520, where
exactly
the communication was off. Broken Blade kind of marked the team, and if the squad said, look, just stick on Baron, it would have been fine, but only Speak it did. Everyone else who could tank for him pieced out, and they flubbed the Baron play. So now Gen G are in the driver's seat. Maybe it was a little bit of a gift, sure, but they applied the pressure. TSM cracked under it, and Gen G looking at a 4-1 record. Temporarily in control of first place if that happens. Swirl Seed comes in, finds BDD. They will not go for the play. With life nearby, it's never going to work. They got to find at least 2 priority targets, and then they can go for the sleep.
Yep, unless you're going to get some sort of sneaky angle over here, it's going to be really difficult. So TSM, put in a tough spot. Bottom lane is already pushed to their side of the map, just grouping up on the Baron, hoping for some sort of awkward face check from one of these key members. Not going to actually be the case. Swirl Seed does get through to Ruler, but again, the sustain from Senna is one of the things that is often overlooked towards the later stages of the game. That's why people refer to her as scaling really well, even though she's not really a DPS marksman. The range and the healing are so effective, such good stats and tools to have at these later stages.
Life for a moment at sort of the ulti channel there. Flash engage for Broken Blade. They want in. Life's gonna save one. Will it be enough though? Ornn comes out, will not find the knockup. An ulti backwards now for Broken Blade. 5-on-5 still happening. Rascal gets hooked in. Stoneplate will time out. Can TSM find the first kill? Speak is gonna get in. That is a 5-man sweep. If TSM can't win this, what will they? 1-for-0. The burn on Rascal, just not enough. A single kill on only a support. Can't believe they couldn't get more.
Well, they are trying to stop the backs right now while the rest of the members push up mid lane. It is only 1 kill for TSM. They get the inhibitor tower as well for themselves in the aftermath.
Inhibitor turret still goes down, and that still means that TSM get the gold a bit closer. It was 1,300 behind, now only 300. Next Drake spawns in 20 seconds. Life can ult in about when it spawns, so it is not easy map control right now, and that is a recall in vision. They know Speak is back in base, and most of the team is gone, so Gen G can pretty reliably walk back in and take the river over.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some key aspects to that team fight as Gen G are going to slip in, pick up the dragon for themselves. That were huge for TSM. Them getting an ideal initiation onto BDD, that very, very scary level 16 Orianna, starting out with that stun, then kiting out Ornn ultimate as well, and getting Biofrost to hook back in on the front line. Speak of flashing in for a hero sleep. Them only being rewarded with a single kill and a single tower kind of shows you the state of the game.
It does. Right now, Gen G looking to keep their lead going. TSM have slinked around the top side of the jungle. I think that's the actual conjugation of it. But now we have another play in the mid lane. Broken Blade running for his life. Puts the Q, puts in the R. There could still be enough chasing, though. Ruler, can he find the root? So far, no. The Storm comes in for the slow, and the root will be too late. Broken Blade is fine. That is the ulti burn, but it's a distraction because Baron's under fire. Careful. TSM have lost at this before. Look for some poke, look for the kite away, nothing going to be found there. Top lane can still be attacked, and they're going to send Bjergsen over that way.
Yeah, it looks like they're sending multiple members up there. Meanwhile, Life and Ruler prepping this mid wave for a hard push right down.
Making the call. Hey, there's 4 here. Someone's got to defend this one. TSM about to get unawares. Their inhibitor turret's going to drop in a second, and they're killing Krugs in the top lane. TSM will lose the middle inhibitor off of refusing to take a stance on any objective. Inhibitor's going to drop, and Gen G could find a bit more. Broken Blade ultiless, flashless, could just die. Gonna walk away enough. Will there be a re-engage? TSM bring in the teleports, they bring in the attempted play. Is it gonna be enough now? 5 on 5 in our eyes, but no fight to be had. Gen G walk away. They trade middle inhibitor for top lane tier 2.
And Gen G want more. Look at this Fog of War play. Who's going to get close?
Biofrost gonna be the root. No, Bjergsen flashed the way to safety. Ornhorn comes in, finds a knockup on towards Dope, but they will not find the kill. Cutting away so far. Rascal so tanky, doesn't matter what he does. Gets healed back up anyway. Broken Blade to go back in, has the ulti, but they have to respect the shockwave. They can't walk in without losing all of their health.
Shockwave's still down from the play in mid lane. It's a very quick cooldown though, blue buff on BDD, so it's gonna come up for another attempt.
Spica gets down to 1100 HP though. That's gonna be dangerous. A little bit of Fog of War play. Broken Blade spots it, but how many are there? Enough. Broken Blade has to be careful. Goes in for the play. Ulti's in. Decent damage. Finds a stun. Looks for the sleep. And it's now a front-lining Rascal. He is going to be tanky for a while. Shockwave is going to find Doublift, and he's going to drop a 2 for 0. TSM had 4,000 gold, and it wasn't enough. Gen G have turned the corner.
Yep, and they're going to keep looking to stop the backs. BDD.
He will be hooked, he will be flayed. You did not need to flay that. 800 gold is stolen out of Bjergsen's pockets. Biofrost finds more ways to sabotage TSM as now the top river is under fire. Rascal TP's in, and it's time to go for the Baron.
All right, Gen G trying to burn this one down. TSM, they've got to get out there quick. 2 members down, but Spica is alive. He's got no flash, so it's going to be hard to get into the pit, and it looks like they are actually calling off the possible Baron contest from TSM. No attempt at the steal. Gen G picked that one up.
Alrighty, Baron is in their pockets, and it's gonna be there. This Red Bull Baron's gonna make Gen G able to easily play for Dragon Soul. And if it was hard for TSM to team fight before, the Baron buff on, the gold lead on, and Mountain Soul gonna make bursting almost impossible. It's gonna get worse.
All right, so initiation from TSM. Broken Blade has a stopwatch, so it actually buys time, during the attempted kill on the Rascal. But Doublift, as you said, gets hit with the Shockwave. BDD finishes him up, and that is 2 kills for Gen G. They have so much power when they are grouped together. They can try and bully TSM off of these objectives. 1 minute and 15 seconds left on Mountain Soul to arrive, but Gen G don't even need that one yet. They've got Baron buff, and they can go pressure TSM inside their base.
All right, here comes the siege. Can this be the game winner? Gen G still fighting for #1 in the group, and they'd be 2-0 on the day with just Fnatic left to battle, and that would decide it. 5-1 for sure. They would be first place. They would take the top spot out of the group and get a bit of vengeance from a couple years ago when they completely fell apart. Ruler was a world champion and then out in groups, and now he's back to make it go a bit better here. 2,000 gold lead. TSM, though, a counterpunch in the mid lane. They got the inhibitor turret a while ago. The inhibit self may well be free. Is it going to be enough, though? Ornhorn comes out. What are they going to find? It's Speak Up running a stopwatch. The re-engage could be good, though. How do you get out? He's going to flash, but he's going to find himself still attacked. Ruler finds the first kill. Broken Blade's going to find himself dead, not even using his ultimate. And the re-engage now in the 5v3. The front line is just too tanky. Finally, they pull Devil back to safety. Go look for the root, but it's not going to be enough. A triple kill in for Ruler to lead his team to victory. Looking for another one. A shutdown comes through for Kled. The marksmen are just better on the Gen G side. A flay on 4 is too little, too late. There is the ace, and Gen G will crush TSM. It's a comeback, but a win's a win. A 4-1 record with only Fnatic standing in their way to top this group.
The power of those Baron-empowered recalls freak Gen G get right back to that inhibitor, and they slap away TSM straight back to the Nexus here for Gen G. They are looking at the top of this group. These last 2 wins for Gen G, critical in putting them into this position, though not on the most stable of grounds.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that Fnatic, with the solid way that they opened up today, are actually filled with confidence, seeing what this group is unfolding like.
And TSM, when the pressure was off, they played their best. For the first 20 minutes, they had complete control of this game. Lucian was incredible from the mid lane. It finds its first loss. They got a lot done on the top side. They stumbled at Baron, then Gen G never looked back. So now poised.